Okay, hi, I'm Carl Schilling, and I am the founder and CEO of the Advocacy Network, and I want to thank you so much for being with us today. I know your time is incredibly valuable, and hopefully this is going to be a nice little piece of education that you find dramatically of interest for your business. Okay, so today, real quickly, I want to tell you a little bit about the Advocacy Network, just so you know who we are, what we do, and why we do it. The Advocacy Network is an organization that was created to eliminate all forms of financial victimization. And we do that through providing awareness, providing financial literacy education, which is always free, in the form of workshops. And lastly, and most importantly for you as a financial services professional, helping people attain financial independence. So today, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of being a financial concierge, why you'd be positioned with us uniquely, how that would set up into your business. I also want to clarify before we even start that we are not an IMO, FMO, or any kind of managing organization, marketing organization for insurance products. So that being said, we do not compete against you, nor will we ask you to give up your relationships, okay? So today I'm going to talk to you about the 3 ways to grow your business, which is something from Jay Abraham, and I want to show you how what we do fits into that same cycle. So let's get started on that. Let me just close down this screen for us, okay? And again, we want to talk about the 3 ways to grow your business, which is talking about exponential growth. We're not talking about linear growth anymore. The Advocacy Network basically has the best interest is our only concern. So your best interest is our only concern. That's your positioning for a client. You'll be able to tell them, your best interest is my only concern. And we start this whole journey to financial independence through taking the first step. That's what we're going to talk about today. We also have the Middle Class Millionaire Plan, which is a follow-up on this journey to financial independence, to guarantee financial independence. And then we have the Retireless Sales System as well, all part of you being a financial concierge and you having this unique message. Now, to get to Jay Abraham, for those of you who are familiar with Jay Abraham, he's considered, I guess, what you'd have to call a marketing guru. I mean, he's worked with presidents, all the way up to presidents of the United States. He's worked with Anthony Robbins. He's worked with businesses across the world, literally increasing profits for people by billions of dollars. Jay has a very unique perspective. He sees things out of the box. He sees things that many, many business owners and people in industries don't see within their own industry. So it's very interesting. So he developed something called the 3 ways to grow your business, which was showing people beyond linear growth. Now, in our industry, whether you are a financial services professional, an insurance agent, you could be a CPA, you could be a tax preparation person, you could be a mortgage broker, you could be a realtor. All of these kind of realms become what I like to refer to as transactional business. So you're only increasing clients. Really, that's just one stage. That's linear growth. But what Jay was talking about was you increase in 3 areas. There's only 3 areas to build your business. You can increase clients, you can increase the transaction volume, which is the cost or the price of what's going on per transaction, okay? And then you can increase the frequency, the number of transactions you're doing with the same client. Now that's very important for retention because studies have shown that where you have 5 lines of business or more, with one specific client, you have a relationship, you have a 90% retention for 7 years. So in growing all 3 areas, you're really looking at geometric growth, which is what you want to have. Now, transactional or relational, I like to refer to. So linear is really transactional, the way it works with most insurance agents and the other industries and the other professions I mentioned. You prospect, you present, you follow up, you establish a client relationship. You do 1 transaction, and then you start the whole cycle all over again. You prospect, you present, you follow up, and you build another client. And so, therefore, you're only growing linear. Now, in the real world with an exponential growth and geometric growth, you would be increasing in all 3 areas. You'd be increasing clients, you'd be increasing volume per transaction, you'd increase frequency per transaction, the frequency of the transactions. Now, I'm going to show you how what we do at Advocacy through the Financial Concierge builds into this. By the numbers, let's look at this. So if you had 100 clients and the volume was $1,000 transaction, times 1, which is the frequency, you would have about $100,000 worth of revenue. Now, if you increase that by 10% in the linear fashion, you basically would increase the clients. So you'd have 110 times 1,000 times 1, which would be about a 10% growth, and you'd have $110,000. But let's increase by 10% in all three areas. So here you have 110 clients, you've got 1,100 for the volume, and you've got 1.1 on the transactions, the frequency. That equates to 133,100 in volume. Now, if you ask most people, if I had three areas of my business and I increased them all by 10%, what would be my total growth? I would say most people do the math and would tell you it's 30%, but it's not. It's truly exponential. It's 33.1% because you grew all sides of the business by 10%. Now, let's switch over and look what happens if you grow by 33% instead of 10. Once again, linearly, if you grew by 33%, you'd have $133,000 in revenue. But if you grow all three areas by 33%, look at the numbers. It equals $230,475. So again, the balance of growing linearly versus growing geometrically is astounding. And not only that, it takes the same amount of time or even less to grow geometrically than it does to grow linearly. Now, the best part of what we do, if you remember, I talked to you about how to get paid to prospect, how to create unlimited referrals, and at the same time create exponential growth in whatever it is you do in your business. For the most part, we talk about life insurance. However, it fits all the others as well. So let me look at this referral. We talked about Prospeo being the first step, which we have a lot of different videos, a lot of different information on that, so you can get an idea of the Prospeo software. But that's the first step. So I've never been, in 37 years in sales, I've never seen an arena where I can make one sale and get unlimited referrals. And here's how that works. Basically, after you make the sale of the Prospeo, it's a small sale, but you got paid the prospect. You built a relationship. Now you would speak to that person, say, hey, Bob, you made a great decision here today. You're taking the first step towards financial independence. I'm your financial concierge, as I told you. I'm going to be with you through this entire journey. And, you know, Bob, we've discussed that. It is a journey. It's not a one step and one size fits all. But, Bob, would you like me to help eliminate the monthly payment for Prospeo? Well, I'm sure Bob's going to say yes. He's financially vested in doing so. So he's incentivized. So he says, yeah, sure. I say, okay, Bob, in order for me to help you, I need you to give me the names, numbers, and emails of 10 people who you know. And please, Bob, don't prejudge them. Don't determine who you think needs it, who is right for it. Don't do any of that. No personal bias. Just give me the 10 closest people to you, names, numbers, and emails. And all I'm going to do is exactly what I did with you. I'm going to go through the process, show them the first step, show them why, and show them how to reach financial independence. Now, best part, Bob, is when 3 of them enroll just like you enrolled, I put them around you, and yours is free. And when I come back with that good news, after I've done this, I'm going to follow up every step of the way. I'm going to show you, Bob, the next step in financial independence and what you need to do with the $70 that we freed up. Is that okay? Now, so one sale creates exponential referrals because you got 10 from Bob, but you got to make 3 more sales to fill Bob's bucket to make him free. Those 3 people got to give you 10 referrals, so that's 30. Those 3 people need 9 sales now. These are all sales you get paid to prospect for. There's other things you can do with those referrals, by the way. And at the same time now, they need that, they all give you 10 referrals, that's 90, and so on and so on and so on, okay? So the wheel never ends here. It's unlimited. And this, by the way, is not asking people for them digging deep and finding 100, 200 of their closest referral people. It's only 10 referrals per person, okay? Just imagine the numbers if it's higher. So that's the power of geometric growth, and that's how we fit in what we do into Jay's 3 ways to grow your business, because the Prospeo sale becomes that first sale. That's the client. That's the client development. Whether you already have an existing client, now it's another sale, or whether you have a prospect, okay? But one sale creates the exponential referrals. So the next level is cross-selling. And we talk about that dramatically because cross-selling is really important to your practice because it becomes a by-the-way sale. So you're not dramatically selling life insurance primarily, you're selling it by the way. And that cross sale represents the increase in transactional volume for you, okay? So that's the second cycle. And lastly, through the financial concierge packaging, we have all these strategic alliances and things we do. So therefore, we have upsell opportunities in a lot of areas. Those are all, gold and silver, franchising, life settlements, life structured settlements, reverse mortgages, you name it. We've built strategic alliances for it because as a financial concierge, you should be offering all things to your client when the needs arise. So that puts you in the third cycle. That's the transactional frequency. Okay, so we have covered all three areas in what we do. And this is why you can create a seven-figure practice through what we're doing, because we have covered the three areas that you can grow your business in. And lastly, you see that we have increased the frequency of transactions. So this three-step process is pretty automated and simplified. And the first step is that financial independence. The whole discussion is about financial independence. We have the discussion about the 95-5 dilemma. 95% of the people who reach age 65 and older are going to become at best financially dependent. Only 5% reach financial independence. What is the first step? It's Prospeo, money management software. It's the only way for you to stop paying interest and start earning interest and stop losing money into the future. From the Prospeo sale, you go to the 3 free, which brings you the referrals, okay? So then the life sale is the back end of when you go back to Bob and say, hey, Bob, remember I told you, good news is your payment's been eliminated, and now, Bob, I want to show you what to do with that $70 per month, or possibly he's got discretionary income and you have a larger proposal. So at that point, the life sale is made, and then you're moving into the concierge relationship, which is long-term for every item in financial independence. So you are pushing towards financial independence in everything you do. Summarizing it so you can see it all, this is our advocacy network game plan. As you know, we got a different approach than everybody else. So we are talking about financial victimization, the fact that we have the richest nation in the world, and we also have the highest rate of financial illiteracy. This is why victims are created. We talk about amortization being the greatest financial victimization in our society. That leads us into the debt and compounding losses and the first step to financial independence, which is Prospeo. And then we also have the ability to use prospecting tools like educational workshops for financial literacy to get clients in as well. We have the retireless system, which is an upsell kind of system, which is something we go over time as a financial concierge. And lastly, we got all the strategic alliances. So when you're positioned as that financial concierge, you have a relationship. Now, what we've really done here is increase the lifetime value of a client. In our industry, on average, in all the other industries we've discussed, okay, the financial services professionals, on average, the lifetime value of a client is somewhere between $2,500 and $5,000. We have created a really wonderful scenario where this can be multiplied by 10 at least. So it's $25,000 to $50,000, and this is why you can have a seven-figure practice. I mean, look at that. If you've got a lifetime value of a client of $25,000 to $50,000, it doesn't take that many to have yourself a seven-figure practice each and every year. So I mentioned that this advocacy network was strategically aligned with Trivesta because we talked about Prospeo. And at the end of the day, we have done the due diligence and all the deep dives on Trivesta. So we know that Trivesta is a safe organization, a safe company for us to represent and for us to put our brand on. So really, I have inoculated all of the financial concierges with the advocacy network third-party approval, okay? So we really got the power of a third-party endorsement. And what I'm doing here is we're taking all responsibility for Trivesta. So I'm eliminating that to you. You're not going to damage your brand or your personal relationships if something were to go wrong, which it's not going to happen because we've done the due diligence, okay? I want you to be comfortable with that. So what we're showing you is that through the use of the Prospeo money management software, you're getting paid to prospect. I showed you how it's going to create the unlimited referrals. And also, this begins the financial concierge process, in which you're going to help people by showing them how to guarantee their financial independence, which is going to bring up the middle class millionaire plan, infinite banking kind of structure, the retireless selling system. Sometimes we're showing people how to actually close out of qualified monies and use their monies in their own direction for themselves, even though it brings up a tax liability. Taxes could be much larger in the future. They probably will be. You know, what are you doing? You're deferring money into the future to a higher tax bracket, and sometimes, well, definitely a higher inflation rate as well. So are you really doing yourself a service? All the strategic alliances, and we are providing multiple streams of income for you, the financial concierge. So this is also going to create a dramatic improvement in client retention, because once again, you are building multiple lines, multiple transactions, the frequency of transactions within a client relationship, okay? Now, as a financial concierge, you're not going to pay any additional money. There's nothing additional for you, but you're going to get all the training, coaching, and communications that we do at Advocacy. That's all part of it for you. Once again, you're going to sell your insurance where you sell your insurance. If you did decide to come through some of our relationships and sell insurance, great. You don't have to. We don't mandate it, okay? So at the end of the day, you also may have some other things you do. You may have some other structured vehicles that you use, whether it be life coaching or whatever it is. We do not interfere with any of that. We are going to be in addition to in everything that goes on. So lastly, let me show you how the presentation lays out. It's a pretty simple presentation where we always are talking about financial independence. That's it. That is the topic, okay? We talk about why so few people reach financial independence, how to take the first step in becoming financially independent and putting yourself on the right pathway. And then the second step, obviously, is creating the unlimited referrals so that you're able to show people how to have it for free. And then the third step is to show people how to either guarantee financial independence through a much more sophisticated planning operation, or how to take the next step in financial independence and go the long distance route, okay? So as you see in the pyramid, it all fits together. Prospeo, the life insurance, the income advocacy, which is a portion of that guaranteed financial independence, which has to do with that middle-class millionaire plan. And at the end, it's all pushing people towards financial independence. That is what we constantly want to discuss. All right, now let me show you what it means to you. It's pretty simple for you, okay? All that's required of you is to become a Prospeo Advocate member, which is you signing up at Trivesta through us, which is a $300 one-time setup. That includes your first month. Then it's $69.95 a month, but as we mentioned, with 3 sales, that is wiped out. And lastly, you're left with a $24.95 monthly admin fee. So this is really what you're looking at in order for you to become with a financial concierge with us. So again, let me kind of solidify that for you so you get an idea on what we're really talking about. You're talking about $300, okay? $300 one time, $299.95. That includes your first month. And basically, most of you right now are spending that kind of money, sometimes weekly, for leads. If not weekly, probably monthly. This is a one-time. One time, okay? One time you're in. You're going to never need a lead. $0 for leads. You're going to pay a penny for leads. You don't need leads anymore. Just showed you how to create unlimited referrals. You don't need leads, okay? Follow the bouncing ball, you create unlimited referrals. The $69.95 a month is gone with your first 3 sales. And when you do that in the first 30 days, you get double commissions. So the double commissions more than likely wipe this out for you. Put it back in your pocket. So the net cost is 0. Okay? The $69.95 a month is gone. You're left with $24.95 per month to have a program which I fully support. I fully give you all of the efforts you need. I do videos all the time on financial concierge, the importance of being a financial concierge, why it's important to people, We're always promoting the financial concierge positioning. Okay, you get that. Get the coaching, development, training. You also get all of this support that we provide through all the Trivesta scenarios as well. Thursday night webinar for you to invite people to our national webinar that we do ourselves. Okay. We also have Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon webinars like this for you to invite financial services professionals to build into your network. They get all the support, and basically you get the labeling of the financial concierge. All of that is included in this cost. Now, I got to say, I don't think this is a cost. I think this is an investment. If a lead's an investment, I promise you this is an investment. The return on investment here with unlimited referrals is tens of thousands of percent. So I really believe that there's no reason for you to procrastinate or not do this with us. We have people being very successful with this, but we're changing the paradigm of financial planning as we know it. We are totally changing that paradigm. We are talking to people about becoming financially independent. For hundreds of years, over 100 years now, 95.5 has existed. We can change that together. We have an opportunity to pierce that veil and break through and get to the middle class and create high-level clients. I tell agents all the time, do you want to compete and fight for high-level clients, the doctors, the dentists, the lawyers, the high-income earners, with everybody else, with the wirehouses, with the financial advisors, with the financial planners, with the other insurance agents? Do you want to fight in that pool and compete, or would you rather go down and create high-level clients? Literally, from the middle class, we can create high-level clients from the bottom up. No one's doing that. There's no competition. And basically, it's a wide open, fertile field. They all need the help. There's no doubt. Some will, some won't, some do, some don't. Not saying everybody will listen, but we have the opportunity to create the awareness, we have the opportunity to make the changes, and we have the opportunity to put them on the pathway to financial independence. So that's my best effort for you as a financial concierge. And you have my support, my commitment, and I'm there every step of the way. Again, you have the contact information there on the screen. Also right here, you can call me direct, 321-947-3220, kshilling@theadvocacynet.com. You can go out to theadvocacynet.com and schedule on my calendar. Or, most importantly, whoever invited you today, go back to them. Go back to them. You still get my support, but they will enroll you. They will take care of everything for you. If nobody invited you and you're here solo, then I will help you find the person that you'll tie in with, okay? But you can reach me at these numbers and that right there. So again, I'm Carl Schilling. I want to thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. I think we should get started right away. We are on a mission to change the financial world of planning and advice and insurance. We really are out to change the paradigm, and there's a great opportunity. It's staring you right in the face, a magnificent opportunity. I know we can create seven-figure practices through what we're doing, and I'd love to have you on the team, and I'd love to work closely with you. Again, Carl Schilling, thanks again. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.